As you guys will know by now, I make all of these videos based on things that I've seen in life. I know a lot of people talk about issues that they don't really understand. Maybe you think I'm one of them. That's okay. But I'm here today to talk about something which I have some understanding of, right? It's something that I see a lot. As a young person myself, I have one great advantage, I suppose, which is the fact that I am able to interact with a lot of young people my age, people of my generation. And one thing that I'm seeing more and more, and I know that I've spoken about this in a lot of my videos in the past, and I'm here to speak about it again. The amount of young people that are YOLO in life. And what I mean by that is the risks that people take are completely I don't know the word. They're not thought out properly, let's say. They're not thought out properly at all. So what do I mean by this? We live in a day and age where a lot of things are confusing. We live in a day and age where a lot of things are very expensive. Cost of living is very high. A lot of young people feel quite disenchanted, disenfranchised, right? They feel like they can't get themselves a good job. They can't have a nice life. And I'm not here to talk about whether that's true or not. That's a very different topic. I think you can. We might say that making money online is the best way to make money because you have unlimited revenue growth and profit growth. But let's not lie. If you're still the guy who wants to work hard, you're going to have to work hard. But if you want to work hard in a job, you can still get very rich. To say otherwise is not true. But what I'm saying is, despite the fact that there are a lot of opportunities there, a lot of the opportunities of the past are not true anymore. Now again, that doesn't mean that we don't have a choice or a chance. There's a lot of things that we can do that our parents and ancestors never could. But I'm not here to talk about that, right? I want to talk about what the result of people thinking like this is. And I think because so many young people think that they can't achieve, they think that there's no hope for them in the system, they're less inclined to try traditional methods. Now, as I've said before, I do YouTube videos, I do Patreon, I do a lot of things, so I'm not necessarily one to go traditional myself. But I'm traditional in one element of it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, if not all of you guys, will agree. I understand one thing. Even if it's not a job, it's work in for results out, right? I list something on eBay, it sells, I make a profit. Part one, I list something on eBay. I do some work which results in a profit. That's business. That's money making. So there's still the element of, yeah, I'm going to work on a project day after day, week after week, whatever. I'm not saying it's hard, but I'm saying it is still working on something. But the amount of young people now that don't want to work on anything or choose not to. We've got people now who are risking everything. I've seen it, right? I've seen it. They're risking everything on this stock, or the worst one that I see is this cryptocurrency. Because they think it's their chance to get rich. They think it's their only chance to get rich. Now, I've said it before, I'll make no secret or attempt to hide my mistakes. There's been times where I've been that guy, I've been that kid, right? Because it's easier on paper. What I mean by that is, let's say you buy this crypto and it's super cheap. I don't know, let's say it's £10 for 1,000,000 coins. Well, in theory, if this goes to £1, I'm going to be super, super rich. So then you put in 10,000. That's all your money. But what happens 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10? These projects don't work, right? Unrealistic returns. There's one word in that which explains everything. The word being unrealistic, for those who haven't caught on. What am I saying? What I'm saying is this. We live in a time where a lot of young people are not taking the responsibilities and are choosing to YOLO everything. And that's fine, until you've done it time and time again. Now, like I say, it's a place that I've gotten myself out of, but there was a time where I was that guy. And you know what happened? I got poorer than ever. I'm not going to lie, I had some massive wins. Looking back, really incredible wins. But what happens with a trend like this? It's unsustainable. Because like I say, maybe it's 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10 that these projects or stocks or whatever don't work out and they only go down. You think you've played it when you've doubled your money twice or 3 times, and what happens time 4? Next one goes broke, goes bust, goes bankrupt, whatever. And now you're broke. You've got literally nothing, because the small amount that you did have, at least you had something. You've risked it all and you've got nothing back. You've chanced everything. Risk management is a key principle to invest in. It really is. It really, really is. But so many people are not managing the risk when investing in themselves. How you invest in yourself doesn't matter. But let me explain one thing that I think is a fact. I am not any sort of financial expert or financial advisor. But I'll say one thing which I think is, again, a common fact. YOLOing money on projects that are unlikely to work is a high risk. And it sounds great because young people, we're young. We don't understand, right? We don't think about it. We've got all of our life to get that money back if it fails. Until it fails, then you've lost your 10 grand and you're broke. It's not fun. It's not a fun place to be in, right? And also think longevity-wise. Like I say, I've been that guy. I'm not going to lie. Whether it's investing in the stock market in stocks which are going to go to the moon and they crash. Or cryptos, the same thing's true. Not always, but sometimes. A lot of the time. Now what I do is a lot more sustainable, right? I know people still give me whatever in the comments about, oh, well, this isn't going to work. Look, at least I'm stably making money for now, even if it doesn't work long term. And what I do right now is a number of things. I make YouTube videos, I make sales online. If you want to learn how to do what I do, you can learn on Patreon, link in the bio, and the Patreon is another source of income for me. You will gain value from it, but it is paid. So what I'm saying is this, even if it all fails, I can't really lose more money than I put in. Not really. YouTube generates free money, let's not lie. I film a couple of these videos and it's money coming in free. You don't do anything really. Patreon is a bit more work because you're sharing knowledge, you're doing live calls, that sort of stuff. And eBay selling is work, right? Even if it's only 2 hours a day, you still have to list and remove items and send orders off and that sort of stuff. It's work. And again, people still tell me that it's a bad idea and I should do this or that, whatever. That's fine. But it's more stable. It's a lot more of a chance than risking it all. Every single time that I go to place an investment now, because it's still an idea that comes into my head, right? Because we're always going to have that burning urge, this thing that could make you a millionaire overnight. But every single time I think, right, if I'm putting in £100 or £1,000, what's the chance that I'm going to make double? Quite low. If I invest this the right way into my business, what's the chance I can make 25 to 50 to 70%? Moderately okay, right? Moderately high. Much higher than the chance of a crypto or anything. And also, it's completely in my hands. I'm not going to wake up one day to see that the money is gone. What I would do if I wanted to maybe double £500, let's say, if it was me, I would invest in a luxury watch that's undervalued or two and sell them on for a bit higher. I know this because I've done it. It's one example. Might not be the example for everyone, but it is an example. So that's what I'd do. But what I'm saying is this. The YOLO mindset. You do only live once. And that means that you should try new opportunities. But part of trying new opportunities is having the chance to try new opportunities. And that might sound like a stupid thing to say, but let me explain, right? You risk all of your time, money, whatever, for something that's unlikely to work. You will now be trapped in work more. Because you'll have no savings anymore. You'll have risked everything. So that's okay if you want to do that. But what I'm saying is this. You think you're going to get all the opportunities, but you'd be much better off either starting a business or investing wisely. Because it's like I've said before about myself, right? I cannot say, let's pray to God, right? But I cannot say that I'm going to live 60, 70, 100 years. I don't know how long I'm going to live. But chances are I'll live past 50, probably past 25. Probably past 30. In 10 years, what's more likely? That I'm going to have good, stable results in a decent investment, or that I'm going to have risked all my time YOLOing for a project that just didn't work out, right? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Life is a game, but it's also a long game. I am out here to get rich as soon as possible, so please do not be mistaken in thinking that I'm going the slow route or that I don't believe it can work. I believe some things can work, but every single time that I'm going to invest money now, I'm going to invest it in a project that I can have full control of, whether it is investing in goods to resell, whether it is investing in products that I can make better videos with or stuff like that. I'm not chancing it anymore, man. What's the point? What is the point? Because you will eventually get caught out, because it's too addictive, isn't it? Let's be honest. You make 20 grand. Well, now you want to make 200 because you've just taken 1 to 20. Now you want to take 20 to 200 or more. And then you get to a point where it becomes increasingly unlikely, but also increasingly unrealistic. It's going to hurt long term if you don't make smart decisions now, right? And again, 25 is young, 26 is young, 30 is young relatively. So if you can maybe wait 3, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, what will your life look like if you invest correctly? And I don't necessarily mean invest in your retirement fund or anything, whatever it is. I don't know what the investment is. I'm not an investment expert. I'm not giving investment advice. What I am giving advice is that a lot of young people risk everything for low likelihoods of returns. Why? You know, money well spent is a concept that comes to mind. What is the actual risk of what you do? I don't know what the answer is in regards to this topic. It depends on what you're doing. But like I say, so many young people are taking this YOLO approach, but they're not understanding, yeah, you do only live once, which means that you need to use your time and resources carefully. Or at least that's my opinion on the topic, eh? That's what I think for this one. Thank you for watching up until this point, and I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye.